All right, welcome back to the Wholesome Financials podcast. My name is Austin.
Susie.
All right, and we are going through our client funding journey series, doing these case studies about our clients, what they do, how we get them funded, what they needed, what worked, data points, whole nine. Just giving you the full behind the scenes. And hopefully, if you're in that industry, this can help you as well. So let's get started. Who do we have today?
Yeah, so today we're talking about Massimiliano.
Massimiliano.
So
Hopefully
obviously
you're not
he's
offended, brother. I mean, you come on, we good, we good. I didn't, I just passion. You got the Italy hat.
absolutely. So obviously Italian,
Yes.
if you can't decipher that from the name.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start with his day job. I mean, first of all, Italy's fantastic. You just got back from Italy, right?
Absolutely amazing country.
All right, at the end, let's talk about like some of your favorite sites and things like
Yeah, let's do it.
that. Okay, so, excuse me, you might hear me clear my throat a little bit. I'm kind of coming over a cold. So normally when people come to us for funding, it's for one of two reasons. They're trying to grow and scale their business, or they're trying to get some funding to get started, right?
Yeah.
So where's Massimiliano at? Where was he starting when he came to us?
Yeah, so Massi, we call him short Massi.
Messi, not Messi, the GOAT, maybe Cristiano. Actually, argue in the comments who's the GOAT. Go ahead.
He's a full-time business owner.
Okay.
He literally is a
Restaurant supplier?
Yes, he's a restaurant supplier, meaning he supplies napkins and olive oil to Italian restaurants.
Yeah, got you. Okay. And so that's what he needed funds for?
Yeah, exactly. So he needed funding so that he could buy from China.
Okay.
Right. So he buys wholesale napkins from China, like really high quality. And so then he will distribute it to different restaurants. He's in Texas.
Gotcha.
So different Texas restaurants that are Italian. So he focuses on Italian restaurants and primarily olive oil. So he's, importing olive oil from Italy.
Nice.
And
Is it really that different? Does he have to import it?
yeah, I think so. You definitely do. The olive oil here is fake. I can attest to that. So
Okay.
you
All
definitely can know the difference from real and fake. And when you're there, it's like, I've never had this in my life. So yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so he needed funding to scale his already current operations, which that's a great niche, right? To be a restaurant
Yeah.
supplier. I know a lot of people that are fighting in that space. That's fantastic. And then obviously you have connections to Italy, and that makes so much sense. Okay, so need 100K. He told us what he needed for. What projects? Well, everybody wants to know. What did we get him funded? How did we do it? Where did we go? What
Yeah.
banks and what products?
Yeah. So Masi, his credit profile was kind of thin when he first started working with us.
Okay.
So we had to do a little bit of work.
And what do you mean by that when you say thin?
Yeah.
Just for people that don't know, that are trying to.
So he only had like 2 credit cards.
Okay, what's ideal?
You want to have at least 3 to 5.
3 to 5 credit cards.
3 to 5 credit cards.
Certain limit matter or
Yeah, I'd like to see anything above 5K.
okay,
So he had one that was like 7K.
okay,
Can't remember what the other one was, but to me that's a little bit thin for my liking.
yeah,
So we had to do a little work. We added him to our authorized user trade lines.
nice,
But we got him 75K from Chase, despite all that.
nice,
Okay,
nice.
just because we have that really nice connection with our Chase banker, he was able to deliver quality to our
Yeah.
Masi.
Now, what most people don't realize is one of the things that we specialize in is we built relationships with major banks already. And so, and you can do the same thing as well. What you're going to do is you want to go in and you want to talk to the relationship manager at the bank. And essentially, obviously, you need to make sure that your credit profile is optimized, that you do certain things before you meet with this person or after you meet with this person. But the whole idea is this person essentially fills out that business credit card application for you on your behalf.
On your behalf, yeah.
And so they're going to give you the best chance of getting funding. And so what we do is we optimize your credit profile, making sure you have everything, you're good to go. And then we introduce you, let them know like, hey, this is our client, hook them up. And that's how you're able to get like those super high limits on like the Business Unlimited or the Business Ain't Cash, like 75,000. So you can build a relationship with a relationship manager. We'll drop a video on like how to do that, what that looks like. But yeah, that's the only way you're gonna get 75K from Chase, because Chase don't. you gotta come correct when you come to Chase. Okay, Chase, this ain't Elon. This ain't like your neighborhood credit union. Like you got to
No.
make sure you take them on a date. You got to open up an account. You got to tell them that you love them. You got to do all of that before you go in there and ask for some monies. Because if you don't, they will walk out. They'll be like, "Get out of my face."
Yeah, they're
You know
gonna
who
be
we are.
like, "You're toxic. We can't date."
Yeah, exactly. So with that said, and what else? 75K from Chase. What else do we get?
So he already had a business bank account with Bank of America. So we just kind of went that route and applied for a 0% business card from Bank of America, got him
Okay.
5K. We are still working on getting him a Truist card because
Yeah.
there's a Truist in Texas. However, he did mention that he was okay with what he had received. You know, he's at 80K,
Nice.
and that's more than enough to do what he needed to do, buy the inventory
Yeah.
and scale quicker and sell quicker and all that good stuff.
Which is awesome because most funding companies, you go in and you say you need 100K, they're going to get you 100K, which I think that's great. There's a lot of integrity to
Yeah.
that. But I like that we give our clients the opportunity to choose because we're not taking a percentage of what they get funded.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you want to stop at 80, like it's fine. But if you want to double back and come for 100, you're in the Wholesome Financials family.
Absolutely.
Like you're able to do that, which is fantastic. All right. So how long did you talked about AU trade lines earlier, right? We were on our way there. Like, so how long did it take to get him funded?
Yeah. So overall, it took about 2 months.
Okay.
When we started working with him, we had to, number one, add him to our personal trade lines.
Yeah.
So that's the beautiful part about working with us.
Yeah. It's
And
included.
our team. It's already included. We don't, send the client elsewhere
Yeah.
to. Honestly, there's a lot of scams going on in like the trade line world.
Yes.
So we try to avoid any of that and make sure that the process from start to finish is pretty seamless. So we put them on our personal trade lines that we've had open for 8-10 years. Perfect payment history. So
Great limits,
piggybacking on,
good age, yeah.
yeah. So added him to that. We had to lower one of his cards. And we actually had to teach him a little bit about the credit system because he didn't understand credit really. He just knew that it was good. But apart from that, he didn't know anything about utilization, having the utilization below 30% and why it's important. So there was a lot of teaching involved credit-wise with Masi. So overall, it took about 2 months
Got you.
from start to finish. Yeah.
That's good. So we had to coach him on that before he lowered his utilization because before he was just confused.
He was confused. Like I remember I was telling him, I was like, "You're using too much of the card." And he was like, "Well, they gave it to
That's
me."
the point. Yeah.
He was like, "Well, then why did they give it to me?"
Fair enough.
And I was like, "I get it. I understand what you're saying. You're totally valid, but we got to play the credit game so we can win at it."
Guys, I said it before if you've been following along, and I'll say it again. Banks are giving money to people that look like they don't need it. If you're using all the money they gave you, they think you broke. They think you desperate.
Yeah.
If you only use a little bit, they go, I give them more. Why that's the case, I don't know. I mean, obviously banks, they're designed to manage risk. So the more you use, the more of a liability look like. So anyway, that's another conversation for another day. We'll have that conversation. Maybe do a video on this channel about it. So I love it. So he got the funding he needed to procure more investments, or not investments, more inventory from China and from Italy to grow and scale his business at 0% for 12 to 18 months from these different institutions. And from then on, he after working with us, he 100% knows how to do this himself, number one. And then number two, he can double back with Chase anytime he wants to get another 75K or another 75K.
Exactly. Yeah. So as long as the utilization on the business card is under control, like I would say below 50%, and you want more from the same bank, yes, you have to maintain that utilization to a minimum. Now, if you're going to a brand new bank, like let's say Chase to Truist, the utilization doesn't really matter at that point. But if you're going back to the same bank for more funding from them, then yes, you want to keep your utilization to a minimum.
Yeah. Now, there's nothing wrong with using it and paying it off at the end of the month. That's not what we're talking about here, right? Like that actually looks really great to banks. We're just talking about holding a balance of high utilization for months on end, right? You can run the card up and pay right back off, and there's no problems.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
Like they actually prefer that, and that looks great in some cases. That's how you increase your credit limit, by using the card. It's not revolutionary. It's like
you got to use the card to get that limit raised up. Yeah, absolutely.
So, anything else? Anything great or fun facts from Massimiliano before we head out and ask some questions?
Yeah. So Masi is actually dating a a Colombian woman.
Oh gosh,
If you guys don't know,
there's a lot of
our
Colombian pride over here.
our whole family's Colombian.
I'm from Compton. How did I become Colombian?
He's by association, he's Colombian now, and he speaks Spanish.
Oh gosh, Poquito. Poquito.
So we bonded over that instantly.
I bet you did.
So it's actually his fiance. He's waiting to get married.
When's the wedding?
I don't know. He's in the process of trying to get her to come into the U.S.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
legally.
nice.
So we bonded over that, and then he told me that he has a Airbnb in Cartagena, which is where my family's from, where I grew up and I was born.
La Costeñas, levántate. Sorry.
And so we travel there almost twice a year, visit family. My dad, who's been kind of sick lately. Yeah. So he owns an Airbnb, and he offered for us to stay at his Airbnb just a phone call away.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. It made it really easy to work with him because we had that in common, and he loves Colombia, and I mean, why wouldn't you?
Oh goodness! All right, guys. So as you heard in this episode, we got Massimiliano, the funny he needed, 100K. We got it from Chase from Bank of America. Excuse me. We got it from Chase and Bank of America. Had to do a little bit of credit repair, not a lot, just not necessarily credit repair. We just had to beef up his account. We didn't take anything off. We had to add more on, and that's another thing. When you hear credit repair, it doesn't always mean remove negative things. Sometimes it just means add positive. In his case, we had to add positive things. All right, let's do a quick question and get out of here.
Let's do it.
All right, I'll start. What's one daily habit that you've implemented that's made you a better entrepreneur?
Yeah, absolutely. So I used to be a night owl and wake up super late and like dragging my butt all day. Yeah, you did that? I did that. I really did that. So honestly, after I came back from Italy, because in Italy we were like go go go. We'd wake up. I mean, when you're traveling, like it's easy to wake up because you're
especially like a heavy walking country or like Europe in general. Not the country, but just all those countries over there. Like a lot of sightseeing.
Yeah. So like I said, it's easy to wake up early when you're traveling because you're going to go see the pyramids, right? Anyway, so when I came back from Italy, I was like, I want to change my sleep pattern and I want to be able to wake up early, because we have small kids and they wake up at 6. So I've seen tremendous growth from waking up at 5:30 or 6 and then immediately taking a shower to like wake myself up. And then I noticed that I'm very much more productive, that I have more energy, and I'm able to do so much. By 10 a.m., I feel like the whole day's already gone. Like, shoosh, I've done so much. So, yeah, definitely waking up early.
That's good. That's good. I like that. All right. And real quick, what was your, you went to a couple cities in Italy with your sister and some family, friends. I think you did Rome, Florence, Pisa, and Venice.
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite? I know you saw the Leaning Tower and the Colosseum. And this is what, fall 2024. But did you have a favorite?
I think Venice, honestly. I think it's just really, really beautiful. And there's just so much to see. And it's such a small little like.
Is it as romantic as they say?
Oh, super romantic. Like,
it's worth the hype. It's not over.
It's definitely worth the hype. Like, I think Italian people in general are like super romantic.
Yeah.
Like it's not just a movie thing or thing you hear about. Like you see people.
That passion is.
Yeah, legitimate. Like they're making out for like 2 minutes just on the street. And it's like, yeah, okay. Intense. Yeah. It's like PDA is full blown over there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's good.
All right. So for you, let's see what we got. If we had to tackle lead generation with absolutely $0 in our bank account, how would you do it?
I would use an API web scraper, find a group that has my demographic target audience, and then I would scrape emails or leads or Instagrams, and I would just get the cold email and then cold DM and just hit the ground, pound the pavement. Almost like wholesalers, how you just got to hit the phone. I'd probably do the same thing.
You just be sliding in the DMs.
Yeah. And then also content creation, right? Like what we're doing right here is a great way. Like YouTube's the only platform that will pay you to promote your business.
That's awesome. I love it.
So those two things I'd probably do.
Cool.
All right. Well, we appreciate you tuning in and hanging out in this episode. if you're a business owner looking to grow or scale your business, click the link below and apply to work with us. We only work with people that are ready to go, and if not, we'll get you ready to go through credit repair, things like that. Outside of that, we love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one.
See you guys soon.